So who watched last night's episode of Love After Lockup? Well, I did, so you don't have to. Let's run this intro and get into this deed, shall we? So last night's episode of Love After Lockup was everything and more that the snooper could ask for, because it had scandal after scandal after scandal, and now we are at the point of the season where true colors come out. So I'm going to just talk about the little highlights that I thought that were highlights, and then don't forget, if you are new here, if you are a new snooper, welcome. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because it does a lot for my channel. And you can always catch me up in that website up there, Phatgyrlsnoop.com. You can also catch me there as well. But let's get into these Love After Lockup stuff. So I'm gonna move really quickly. We're going to talk about first. We're going to talk about Jeff and Anissa. We remember how we left them off. She was making Jeff breakfast, and he was sitting outside with her best friend Kyle. Kyle also got out of prison. He did not say how long he's been out of prison, but apparently he is Anissa's neighbor. Now Anissa, she's the old lady who likes younger men. So I still think in my snooper brains that something is going on or went on with her and Kyle, because Kyle is a little bit too much in the business. But Jeff actually sat there and decided to confide in Kyle, a man that he just met like a day ago, to tell him some very important news that he is keeping from Anissa. And so he tells Kyle that he just found out that he has a 18-year-old son. Jeff goes on to explain that he was messing with this girl, was his first girlfriend. She got pregnant, but when he tried to contact her, the mother answered the phone and told Jeff that the baby was not his. So Jeff was like, okay, well, it's not mine. So he went about his business. And so Jeff decides that, I know this kid is mine. So he ordered to have a DNA test. Now, my thing is, you did not even want to be around Anissa. You ditched her like how many times? And you said you had no intentions on being with Anissa. And you had the nerve to tell her that you didn't have time to get your ankle bracelet on, but you had time to ask her for $100 in the damn DNA test. So there's some shenanigans going on between Jeff and his girlfriend. But Kyle, told the cameras basically like, Jeff better tell her, because if Jeff doesn't tell her, I'm going to tell her. So, Kyle is basically a snitch. Now, why, you may ask, that Jeff would tell a man that he basically met, hey, why, why would he tell a guy that he just met, his business like that, like such a secret, okay? And Jeff says, well, you gotta keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Like, yeah, freaking right. What my 2 cents is, Jeff? I think that you told Kyle so that Kyle could run and snitch to Anissa, so that could be an excuse for you to skedaddle, okay? And the reason why I say that is because Jeff had the audacity to say that his plans, now that he's out of prison. Now he said that he was going to get his teeth fixed. Well, first he said he was going to get a job. You're right there, Jeff. But then he said he was going to get a job to get his teeth fixed. Okay, Jeff, I'm with you on that, because okay, listen, Anissa, if you're listening, okay, you like the young peen, okay, I get it, but at least get the young peen with his real teeth, okay? So Jeff was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a job, get my teeth, I'm gonna save every penny, get my teeth fixed. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess, he's gonna like start chipping in, with Anissa. He's gonna like save for their wedding that supposedly is coming up, that she is so excited about. But he was like, nah, he is saving all his money for a motorcycle and some Gucci pants. Because according to him, he is used to designer everything. So my suggestion to you, Anissa, you need to save your SSI checks, your disability, hell, I don't know, your 401k. You need to start saving, girl, because I got a feeling you're gonna buy him them damn Gucci pants, okay? I guarantee it. But let's move on to Courtney and Josh. Now, Courtney is the correctional officer that fell in love with a prisoner. Now, someone tell me in the comments whether or not she actually said that, were they actually having sex while she was a correctional officer in prison, or was this some kind of like, however prison love is, from behind the glass, or did they sneak off into the where they make the license plate, or did they sneak off into the laundry room? Did they sneak off into the sewing room? I need answers, okay? Because she never did specify, but we see them. They're still in their 14-day quarantine. Josh is in there making his prison ramen noodle meal, and she wants some pipe, okay? And she's like, hey, can we, do the damn thing? And he's like, I'm just not in the mood. And she's like, well, you're never in the mood. And then she tells us that him and her only had sex 3 times since he's been out of prison. But then we learn from Josh that he is so used to living in solitude, because I guess he was like either maximum security or he was like in solitary confinement the whole entire time he was there, which, girl, makes me want to think about, it makes me wonder, why was he in solitary confinement? I wonder, was you the officer that was going like back and forth because you knew he was by himself? Did you sneak into his room? I need answers, Courtney, because you risk your life, your job, your benefits for a prisoner that now you are feeling, you are even more sexually deprived than when he was in prison. And not to mention that she actually got locked up for it. This girl did time. This girl did 90 days, 60 days or whatnot. That is time. And she's still on some type of probation. And Courtney, you're sitting there wanting to marry a man that you don't even know that you'll be able to live with. That's crazy. So she basically like, oh, you're not giving me the attention that I need. And he was like, babe. So he's like, babe, I'm trying, but I'm just not in the mood. So basically she catches the attitude, and because she's like, I risk it all for you. I lost everything because of you. No, you, Courtney, lost everything because of you. Because you fell victim. Let me take the word victim back. You fell prey to the prison politics. Do you know what prison politics is? Basically telling you everything you need to know, to everything that I want you to know. I'm gonna make you feel, like you're like this best thing on, like you like filet mignon. And I'm basically going to take you for everything that you got. And that's exactly what he did. He got everything taken away from you, including your freedom. Now, speaking of Love After Lockup, listen, this is just off the subject, kind of off the subject, but I need to know how all these prisoners are getting the latest phones. How are all these prisoners coming out with the latest iPhones? Because the prisoners that I know that did time in the pen, the people that I know, they're coming out with track phones and Obama phones, okay? They're not coming out with no 3 cameras. You'll be lucky and you'll be able to text on that damn phone. How are these people, how these prisoners come? Well, we know how Nicolle got hers. Because of Daonte. Okay? But as far as like Ray, how did Ray get his new phone? Did you buy her new phone? Alright. So, moving on to, speaking of Brittany and Ray, they finally did the do. It's the morning after. Brittany's still in her wig. Like, damn, at least I take my wig off afterwards. And, you know, she's telling us that Ray basically gave her the best penis she has ever had. And my question is, I don't know, Ray. It's been what, double digits since you had some poom poom? Is it like riding a bike? Because the last episode that we saw, you wasn't even sure if you could even perform the way you thought that you should perform for her. Because it's been a long time since you had some poom poom. But I guess it's like riding a bike. But now we have Brittany being mad because his grandmother did a pull-up again. This time with some breakfast and clothes. And before grandma arrived, Britt had all this mouth. Oh, I don't know why your grandmother think I'm over here starving you. She probably think I got you over here hogtied, starving, with no clothes. Girl, did you forget this man had a family before you? Did you? I mean, and you know, the funny thing that Ray said that really made me like, it was like, Ray let us know that his grandmother is very, very protective of him, as she should. He is her only grandson, I believe. And Ray also said something very interesting. He said that, you know, my grandmother's very protective, and you know, she wants to know what Brittany does. And is Brittany crazy? Hell yeah, Brittany is crazy. Any woman whose attributes that she has, attributes in a man that she has is house arrest, she's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have attributes. I like them tall, I like them dark, I like them brown. I like them to have a job. I like them to have some type of hustle. I like a man that has, you know, we go on and on and on. You know, I'm not saying I have a list, but I do have, you know, kind of a type. Okay. Damn, I'm 6'1". I need me an NBA basketball player, not somebody on house arrest. The hell? House arrest? That's the best you got? I mean, guys, you should hear how happy she is about this man straight out of prison. She is happy that he is under house arrest. I guarantee you, day 1, y'all might have fun. Day 2, I would say by week 3, he's gonna be ready to like, it's gonna be going crazy. And his grandmother said something too that I was like, okay. And I know this pissed Brittany off. So she came over for breakfast. She brought breakfast. They're sitting out eating, and she told her grandson, because she is a straight shooter. She told her grandson, hey, if you ever feel uncomfortable here, you always got a home with grandma, okay? And she let it be known. And Britt is like, shaking. Like, I can't believe she said that in front of me. No, the grandmother is a straight shooter. Unlike you. You lied to your parents about him coming out. You lied to your parents about where he was staying. You don't even want to introduce him to your family. And yes, I do believe that you are in some ways ashamed of him. And I'm just going to wait around till you admit that. Or I'm going to wait around till Ray comes with the real tea. Because I'm sure some going on. Like, she... Like, I don't understand. Okay, so we got Rachel and Dougie. You know, Big Dougie just got out of prison. He decides to go see his family. I believe his family is in like some other part of the state. Mind you, Rachel has been taking care of his son, little Dougie. They didn't say for how long. But before that, Dougie's sister was taking care of Dougie Jr. Let me tell you something. That family, they seem like listen, I'm gonna be respectful more. Listen, there ain't no way, arguing or not, there ain't no way. Little Dougie's 12 years old and using that kind of language. So they're all arguing. The sisters are arguing with Big Dougie. And they're going back and forth, and they're saying, oh, you know, you're going to be back in jail before you know it. And he's telling them, you know, you can't even pass a drug test. So little Dougie like ran off, and Big Dougie was like, come back, I want to talk to you. Little Dougie was like, F you, I don't want to talk to you, I only want to talk to Rachel. Now let me tell you guys something, right? If he would have grew up in a Caribbean / black household, you would have seen him saying that, and then it would have flashed into a tombstone that says, here lies little Dougie. Speaking of Dougie, every time I hear the name Dougie, I just want to do the Dougie. Do the Dougie. Do the Dougie. Woo! Do the Dougie. Ow! Do the Dougie. Do the Dougie. Okay. So the sister was basically like, oh, little Dougie was like, I'll give you 2 months, you'll be back in jail. Because apparently, you know, Big Dougie has been in prison most of the junior's life. He's been going from house to house to house. And, you know, Doug is out there on that little gangster-ish, telling people, you know, telling his family, I don't need y'all. And little Dougie was like, you do need them because they're the ones that take care of me while you out here living reckless. So we do need them. I need them. So the sister was like, well, I'll give you 6 months to get out of prison. I mean, I'll give you 60 days and you'll be back in prison. And Big Dougie was like, well, if you make me mad enough, maybe I will go back to prison. Like, ooh, you're so big and bad, Dougie. You're so big and bad. You're scaring me with your man bun, Big Dougie. You're scaring me. And, you know, where was the grandmother? Where was Big Dougie's mom? We saw the dad. We saw the sister haul ass with a cigarette on the motorcycle. She was like, I'm out of here. You know what else I was thinking when it comes down to like Big Dougie? Okay, so we know that he wasn't supposed to go. He wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't even supposed to even leave the house. Because he's under house arrest too. But he decided to take a chance to go see his family. Now, I wonder if his parole officers, because I'm sure they watched the show, I wonder if he get, you know, reprimanded for that. I mean, I ain't no snitch. I mean, you basically told the world that you was somewhere you wasn't supposed to be. And I don't know. It was just crazy. So they all got mad and left. And basically, Rachel told Big Dougie that, you know, they need to go to counseling. And Doug was like, look, man, I done been to counselor. I've been from one psychologist to one psychiatrist to other psychiatrist. He been through what, six of them? And I don't like the way he talks to Rachel. Rachel, you pay the cost to be the boss. You're the one with the house. You're the one with the nice job. You're the one with the car. And you... Oh, speaking of cars, so their Rachel power goes out in her house. So Dougie actually had to charge his ankle monitor in her car. So she had to leave her car running. And he's on the phone with his probation officer telling like, oh yeah, it ran out of battery because he's not worth it, girl. But present day, I heard what I saw, but I'm gonna say allegedly, he's with somebody else anyway. Oh yeah, because the sister told her before she drove off on the motorcycle with the cigarette in her hand. She told Rachel, "You see this Dougie that's going off and yelling and screaming and acting like a complete ass? That's the real Dougie. I suggest you keep him away from here because guess what, girl? He's going to do the same ish to you. He's going to dog you out. He cares for no one." And we see it present day because Doug is with somebody else. But she can't talk about it because I'm sure the NDA is a brewing somewhere. Okay, and then we're going to talk about Stan and Lisa. Stan is the creep that's behind me right here with the bad wig. Call me if you need some you and Lisa, you guys call me. I know Pittsburgh get some good wigs. Oh, he just creeps me out. Well, we see Lisa, she's in the hotel, Stan kicked her out. So then she's saying how she saved $3,500 from prison, but she used the word stimulus. Do they still get stimulus checks in prison? Somebody let me know in the comments because I believe she used the word stimulus. She didn't say stipend, whatever that is. She said stimulus. I could swear she said stimulus. I rewinded it, listened back. She said stimulus. So she says she's running out of money because she's paying for her hotel. She basically has to pay her way because Stan ain't having it. He threw her out. And now all of a sudden she's saying, oh, I ran out of money. And now she wants to talk to Stan again. Okay? Because Stan has that. Okay? So they meet up. Winston got her. They so-called make up. He asked her to move back in. He went over, he cooked her dinner, and then they actually went down to the dungeon. And I don't know if you guys ever saw that dungeon. That dungeon has swings, straight jackets, chains. Now, my 2 cents is, and I'm not trying to get disgusted or gross anybody out, but my 2 cents is that I believe that not only is Lisa with Stan for the cha-cha-ching, the quaint, the cheddar, but I think she is with Stan also because Stan allows her to do whatever she wants to do to him sexually. Now don't forget, she came out of prison looking like a man. She looked like a man. Okay? Those we're not even gonna get on her extensions that she got on, but she came out looking like a man. Okay? I'm talking about buzz cut. I'm talking about like this looking like a straight dude. She came out looking like Larry instead of Lisa. And I am convinced that Lisa likes to do the do with Stan because I believe that Lisa likes to use the strap on. Okay? I think that Stan likes to get into that straitjacket, and Lisa likes to put on a strap on and give it to him hard. And that's just my opinion. That's why I see out these two, and that's it. Especially if Stan gets on that wine, okay? Because when he on that wine, it is party time, okay? So we left them in the basement, the dungeon. So that's where we left them at. So last but not least, I would like to talk about Daonte and Nicolle. Now, I was hard on Daonte last week. And, Daonte, if you are watching this podcast, if you watch my little podcast, I would love to have a sit down with you, because I really feel like you are the breakout star on Love After Lockup. I really do. I only watch it because of you. Listen, I'm not afraid to shoot my shot, Daonte. I really want you to be my first interview, Daonte, I'm sorry. I really want you to be my first interview. So yeah, Daonte caught Nicolle creeping. He pulled up on her. I thought it was an Uber. It was her ex-boyfriend, Zakk. And when I say Daonte was stalking, he was stalking. Daonte jumps out the car. Before Nicolle could get like one leg in the car, Nicolle! Oh, this is why you didn't want to give me no poom poom? Because you was busy giving the poom poom to this dude? So he asked the dude, you know who I am? The dude was like, no. The Caucasian dude, I might add. No, I don't. Well, I'm her man. I was just with her 5 minutes ago. So he was like, Nicolle, how could you do that to me? You just met my mom, and you completely lied to my mom's face. Like, how could you? I mean, you could hear the anger, the rage, and then the more drama effect. It was raining, so it was like really, really, really like nothing, like just dramatic. And I felt bad for Daonte. So he's like, you tell that effort to pay for your boob job. He is in a rage. He went to his trunk, start throwing all the shit out his trunk, threw it out in the street. Nicolle takes it. Oh, then Daonte was like, I want my phone. Give me my phone. Oh, you know what? Keep the damn phone. I'm going to get it cut off. The guy, Zakk, is just sitting there like, and then Zakk tells us that, hey, I've dated Nicolle before she went to prison, and I've been keeping up with her ever since. Yeah, I know she talks to other guys. Tricks. That's what he wanted to say. I'll say it for you, Zakk. But, I didn't know that it was emotions or anything involved in it. Trick. Something's going on with my throat. So my guess is that Zakk knew Nicolle while she was a stripper. And he knew that she was talking to other guys. So Daonte throws everything out in the street, gets in his car, drive off, and instead of Nicolle getting concerned about her fiance, her chocolate boy toy, she asks Zakk, well, can we just get out of here? And Zakk is like, sure. Because Zakk knew that he was getting the poom poom, and he didn't have to pay for no boob job. He didn't have to get Nicolle $1,000. He didn't have to get Nicolle's hair done, her nails done, clothes, all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. He knew he had to do all that. Daonte, you basically paid for this girl to get beautified to go fuck another dude. Facts. And I'm tired of you guys saying that Daonte is slow. I'm tired of people saying Daonte is some type of pushover. Let me tell you something. Daonte is He's a very smart guy. And like I said, I watch his lives. We follow each other. And, you could tell that he is, from a good home. His mother raised him right. He was in the military. And he's a good guy. He is a genuinely good guy. He is the only person who I know on the series Love After Lockup that actually really, really talks to his fans, really wants to know what the fans thought. He really takes in criticism very well. He's such a good sport about it. But I do have a question, Daonte. What is going on with you in life after lockup? Because I know it can't be with Nicolle, because didn't she marry her longtime prison boo, Tia? Or am I tripping? Did I hear wrong? Or is this is this one of your prison snow bunnies that you're gonna be dealing with in this next spinoff? Now, I ain't mad. Make the weed checks. I ain't mad. And the other thing too, Daonte, is when you was hoping, when you was in the confessional saying how much you would do anything for Nicolle, like I really felt your pain. But I was like, if one tear comes out of that eye, I am going to freaking lose it. But he was strong. His eyes was bloodshot red because he was pissed, but he was strong. And then, we find out that, yes, Nicolle basically had sex with her ex-boyfriend, Zakk. Which is why this episode was called The Walk of Shame, because Nicolle came back the next morning with the Walk of Shame with her mother and her mother's girlfriend outside waiting on her. Her mother really got on her behind like, dummy, is you stupid or is you dumb? Why would you do a good man like Daonte like this? Daonte will give you the world. Simple, mom. She's not into black guys. She's into their money, what they could do for her, the fame that they could get for her, because now she's on Love After Lockup because of Daonte. Because you think Zakk was going to be on Love After Lockup? No, because Zakk only wants the pom-pom. That's it. Daonte wants the love. And thanks to that same black guy. Because remember, she was telling us that she did not touch, she has not been with a man in 4 years. 4 years. And Deonte's mom asked her why. And she said, well, because she's in prison, but, why don't you want to have relations with my son? And she said, oh, because, me being touched by a man and me being with a man, it gives me anxiety. And his mother was like, well, it didn't give you anxiety when you was asking my son for money. Now, I think you got anxiety from black guys, because you didn't have no anxiety with Zakk. Okay? Zakk pulled up, he did a booty call. Daonte wined and dined you. I tell you, I felt so bad for Daonte. I really did. Until I found out that he's back on Life After Lockup. Well, that is my time for today, my Snoopers. Let me know your 2 cents on last night's episode of Love After Lockup. Did you guys enjoy it just as much as I did when I say the true colors have came out? The true colors have came out. And please do not forget that you can catch me every day on my website, Phatgyrlsnoop.co. And do not forget to please like, share, comment, and subscribe, because like I said, I am out here trying to make it in these YouTube streets, and I cannot do that without you. And remember my snoopers, that is PHAT, as in pretty, hot, and tempting. Bye for now.